Star Trek Voyager Across the Unknown. Is it worth a buy? I don't know, it's just a demo. Let's read the words of the developer. Star Trek Voyager Across the Unknown is a story-driven survival strategy game in which the fate of the iconic starship is in your hands. Take the helm, manage the ship and resources, and make difficult decisions. Will you be able to bring home the ship and its crew? Voyager is one of my favourite Star Treks. I think this, the Next Gen and the original are by far the best. Deep Space Nine couldn't get into, and everything after that's just woke garbage. But Voyager had some fantastic episodes. I would have liked Voyager with Jim Kirk as the captain, Worf on tactical instead of Tuvok. I think that would have just been awesome. But get on with it. This is a demo. You can get this demo, guys, on Steam. The link's in the description. And I'm disappointed. I really am. I was very excited to hear that there's a Star Trek Voyager game being made. But, you know, as usual, Star Trek games disappoint, and this disappoints. What you do is you start off on the Caretaker mission, which is the first mission in Voyager, where they get sent to the Delta Quadrant by the Array, the Caretaker. And it kind of follows that quite accurately. There's a few things that just aren't in the game that happened in the series. You can't put everything in, that's fair enough. In fact, to be honest, I hope that that's the last actual episode that we get. I want this to be nothing like Voyager in the sense of any... I mean, I knew exactly what was going to happen in the Caretaker. I knew everything that was going to happen, as does pretty much everybody else who's watched Voyager. I kind of knew what people were going to say, so I found myself just skipping through a lot of the dialogue. So I'm like, yeah, this is where he says that, this is where he says, yeah. There was a few times that it strayed from the script. It cut a lot out, which is understandable. Now, what you do as a gamer in this is you manage the ship. The ship's been hammered. Huge damage. Most of the systems are down when it got thrown back to thrown to the Delta Quadrant. So the first thing you do is get the warp core going to generate some power. And you get to know the different resources that you need. You need the blue shit and the green shit. Deuterium and stuff. The other thing, the blue shit gives you the power to the warp core. And every cycle, the warp core uses some of that power, as do other systems. And you can see the cycles at the top middle of the screen, that number. It's like time. As time goes on, it's using up and burning up materials. So what you do, you'll have a local map with different planets that's in your system. You literally click on a planet and hit scan, and you'll get a very basic rudimentary scan of what minerals and resources are there. You then head a course to there. That again uses up cycles. You get there, and then there's just like it's a sort of a mini game. You'll see a green bar representing what your chances of success are if you were to use that particular option. Then there'll be another option where you'll get a bigger yield, but there's more risk, and you choose which one you want to do. Basically, if the risk is into the red and you land in the red, that could be catastrophic, with more damage done to your ship. So be careful what you actually choose. And then you move on to the next planet, scan it, and get the resources. Once you've got enough resources, you then start fixing the ship by clearing rubble or repairing rooms. Everything takes resources and cycles. That's what you have to understand. It's all about resources and cycles, planning ahead, making sure that you have the resources or you're going to run out of juice. There's away missions where you have to select the different members of your crew for an away team, and they'll come across different situations that require a skill check. You choose which officer is going to be used for each thing, and you can see the different skills that they have, and they've got to kind of match what's going on in the mission in order to get a pass. Again, it'll be represented by a green or a red or a yellow line. Now, all this is quite decent, you know, building the ship up, bringing systems back online. There's a skill tree as well that you get, again, resources to go into and improve things to make your journey a bit better, and a bit better with phases and shields and hull and scanning and all of that kind of stuff. So it has good potential in that area. But there's one thing, guys, that absolutely sucks porcupine testicles, and that's the combat. My oath, it's absolutely fucking rancid. There's not one aspect of it that I would save. I would scrap the whole lot, burn it on a fire, because it's absolutely awful. It's awful. You select which crew members are going to take part in the ship-to-ship combat. They'll have like Chuckles. For example, he has an evasive pattern that he can do. Tuvok as it has a double phaser, so you can do more damage. But the phasers are piss poor anyway; they do hardly any damage. But the screen that you get, the UI for the combat is awful. I mean, look at the state of this. This is the combat, guys. The UI is awful. I mean, you've got this close-up of your ship and their ship, and it's just kind of, you don't even fire the phasers. It's automatically done. I press 2 or 3 buttons and it says, you win. You've won. The Kazon have gone. Absolute garbage. Why can't we have like an FTL or like Star Trek Online? The combat and that was pretty good. There's loads of ways you could do the combat, and all of them are better than this. This is just trash. And also as well, it's not just my opinion. Half the Steam forums are saying exactly the same thing. They need to fix this big time because it's awful. It's just trash, the combat. I'm sorry. The rest of the game's half decent, but the combat must go. It's got to be. Oh my goodness! I can't believe the developers thought this is good. It's rubbish, absolute rubbish. Anyway, all right, it's rubbish. We get the idea. It's rubbish. But the rest of the game is, you know, if you're a Trekkie, yeah, I got into it. I was quite, immersed because I know all about Voyager. I know the ship. I've watched the series about, goodness knows, 10 times or something. We're watching it through again at the minute. I just can't get enough of it. I love it. It's fantastic. So, yeah, I kind of got immersed in it. I'm a bit biased, if you like, because I do like the ship. I like the crew, most of them. Don't like Neelix, the little rat. And the Doc's just awesome. He's in. Everybody's in it. There's no voices. Back on the negatives, it's a bit soulless. There's no voices at all. It feels a bit soulless and lifeless when it's just silence and you're just skipping through the text. But this is still a demo. Obviously, they're not going to have the budget to bring in the full crew to voice their characters. So I don't know what they're going to do with that. Maybe they're just going to leave it as it is. I don't know. But it's worth a download. It's worth a look. We'll see what happens when it comes out. The release date just says coming soon, so hopefully that's in about a year, and they've fixed a lot of stuff up because it needs more work. It needs a lot more work. So there you go, guys. Star Trek Voyager Across the Unknown could be a cracker, or could just be a